But yeah, welcome to coverage of Tier 2. I will try to have the chat box open, so if anyone does have any thoughts as the race goes on, I will try to respond to those. Last time it didn't quite work, but it would be good to have some viewer input, viewer thoughts. And this is usually the stage of the race, as we can see Rage coming out in the Mercedes, both Mercedes, that I asked Josh, who do you think is the favourite for this qualifying section in Bahrain in the night?
Well, if I was the betting man, I'd go for Durrie. Once again, he's the man in form at the moment. However, as
4
we
wins, I
saw,
think, now.
yeah, as we've seen, Ben is quite quick, aren't he? Making his return. Rage is quite quick. It's obviously
Definitely.
play. So
Don't know if you were breaking up a bit there. Yeah, I'd agree. Durrie, we'd expect him to be up there yet again. I think 4 wins out of 5 now. Sensei Desenpai looked good in Tier 1 reserving. He managed to get a podium finish in his first race in DTF1. We've also got Rage in there. Ben looked good early. Forza Racer as well. Japella, King Trooper should be good. Durrie might be the clear favourite, but I'm sure it will be action-packed behind. I'll just check whether my co-commentator is connecting. So we might be without Martin Brundle for a little bit, but you've still got me, David Croft. Let's go, Beaver. First race done, shit the bed. I agree, it's good to see Beaver, his first race today. We'll see how he gets on. Thanks for the comment, Cram41. As we watch Sock Lobster's first lap. Brakes nice, and it takes a little bit of the curve there. Not too far off the apex. Into turn 2 and turn 3. Up the hill. All about the powertrain here. All about how low you can put those wings. Doesn't take advantage of the curbing as we might see other drivers do. There as he heads into this more technical section of the track. Turn 6 and 7 now into turn 8. The tight hairpin. A little bit out of shape. Heads up the slight hill again into the slow section. What's happened, Josh? Interesting. Lobster a bit wide there, but no invalidation, which he'll be happy with. As he heads through turn 13 and this long straight. Again, how low have you got those wings? All about power in this racing point. First lap of the session, nighttime Bahrain. How will the times be affected by this nighttime running in Tier 1? It was obviously in the day earlier on, and he crosses the line. How quick? 128.7. Smug Teacher next, a little behind, 7/10 off. Maybe the nighttime conditions make it difficult. Rage is invalidated there. Forza up there. Yeah, good solid first lap from the debutant in the Alfa Romeo, Josh's team. And Ben, that's a fantastic lap. Provisional pole. And Sensei Desenpai out of nowhere. 3/10 quicker. Definitely. Yeah, I would expect these two to be up there. I think Ben was very good earlier, to be fair. I mean, usually I think he's had problems with the car braking under traction, but perhaps this car will suit him more in negating that. And it would be good to see him up there throughout the race. Electra Freeze moving up to P4, Matty Jr. up to P5. Days Freak on the medium tyres, taking a chance in P9. Japella, I think, maybe finishing his lap here. P2 for Dane. Definitely. Durrie on a lap now. Very nice. Places the car on those curbs nicely. Turn 13, takes a little bit of the curb, that's the ideal. Takes the curb on the inside again, perfectly placed really from the American, who's looking to win the Tier 2 Drivers' Championship. Again, takes it wide, swings it back, get on the power. How quick will this be? I think it's going to be good. It is on the mediums though, a 126.9. Will he decide to stay on that tyre or move on to the softs later? What do you think, Josh?
I suspect he'll go on to the softs. I don't think it's a close one in the tyre strategies, but I think it would be smart to start on the softs. Possibly, but I mean,
we'd like to say he should have the pace as well.
Yeah,
You know,
indeed. But, it should be good.
Ghost Riders
if you get a mix.
Decided to
grid.
Yeah, definitely. Ghost Rider deciding to conduct another lap. There's a Red Bull who's spun in Sector 3 on that death corner. Ghost Rider P10.
Oh, nice.
Just behind his fellow Brit Gary there. A bit of competition between those two, I'm sure. Some more comments. Alex will like this one. Shamrock says, Alex is just so bad. Well, Alex, no, he's not set a lap time yet.
Here comes Mr. Mobile, man.
Yeah, keep an eye on him. It'll be interesting to see how he can adapt to that change. I personally prefer driving on a smaller screen, but then is a phone screen too small? It may well be.
Yeah.
Another comment from Drama Alert Nation. Let's go Sock Lobster. He nearly had his first points of the season in his debut race last week after a blocking incident in qualifying. He's moved down to P11, I believe, so hopefully he can stay out of trouble this weekend, this race, and get some points. Alex on a lap now, I'm watching, as he heads into the final sector of a lap.
Oh,
nice through there.
For me,
Ferrari.
It doesn't look like he has enough downforce on the car.
Alex.
Yeah, he's wide in a few places.
I think generally, we were talking about this with Bad Bunny earlier, before the Tier 1 race. I think it's mostly a question of 2.5 or 3.7 on the wings.
Yeah.
2.5 are more aggressive of the two options available, 3.7 offering more downforce. Alex moves up to P5, that's a very respectable lap. A 127 dead. In my opinion, he's been quicker recently, Alex. He's done well recently.
Yeah.
In multiple leagues. His Rage moves up to P2, narrowly behind Sensei Desenpai out front.
I think Joffrey's just going to a lap.
Josh?
Say again?
It's heating up, isn't it?
Oh, it is a bit. I think we're going to see... Oh, look at that at the top. Like you say.
That Matthew, I think, hit the wall possibly there, because I think it's a DNF.
Oh, it has.
I can see on my screen.
Yeah. Anyone else? Oh, Lobster's round. He's got to be careful when rejoining on turn 1. Turn 2, he's waited. Back on he goes. Smart there.
Yeah, Matthew Blackman does indeed look like a DNF. Well, on board of King Joffrey as he heads through the third sector nearly. Now he's in the third sector, around turn 13 on the TV cam. Also, if anyone has any preference over if you'd prefer me to be in the TV cam or the onboard, let me know. I don't really mind, whatever is best for you guys watching.
Forza Racer was about 700ths down on his first sector. Where they can improve in the middle sector, it's been pretty neat. It's a bit wide there. Oh,
how about King Joffrey, Josh?
Oh, he's off into the wall. He's out!
Oh, another DNF there. That's a surprise.
Forza was pushing to the limit. It did go wide up towards the sector 2 timing. line.
Quickly, Josh King Trooper up to P14, and Sensei de Senpai improved on his lap to be the first driver to break into the 125s.
Did, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, you do have to be careful with that curbing and that corner in particular.
Yeah,
It's very easy to
he
lose
got caught on
traction.
the curb, and then he tried saving it, but then he spun around and is it side on into the barrier, and his tyres fell off. So shame for him, but at least he got a lap time in, so it's respectable.
I believe it is on reduced damage, unless there's been a mistake. So that is
Yes,
interesting to see that they are struggling. Two drivers DNFing. Forza is an 8th. He might find himself dropped down the order a little bit, but it's not the end of the world for the Mercedes driver if he were to finish outside the top 10.
Gary's off.
Yeah, just seen that. Let me know if you think anyone's on a lap. I'm just trying to figure it out. I think Durrie might be.
Ghost Rider is.
I'll go on board with Durrie. I would expect he should be able to challenge Sensei out front. He may even get a distant tow off King Trooper.
He may do, yeah.
Shall as King Trooper gets out of the way. Into the last corner wide again. Looks like he was perfectly on the white line.
On that middle sector. Right.
Stunning lap. 0.2 quicker than Sensei de Senpai in second. Rage still in P3, of course, and that is quite relevant for the Constructors' battle. Mercedes are ahead by 37 points, but Sensei de Senpai might be able to help out the McLaren team and the new team principal Heatwave that bring home the Tier 2 championship. Yeah, they're really struggling that corner, aren't they? Yeah, let's go on board with him. And the number 19, Felipe Massa's former number. Yeah, look tidy from the TV cam, but yeah, carry on, Josh. Yeah, brilliant lap. So they are breaking into the 25s now, as we would expect. Yeah, I'll go on board with him. He's in Sector 1 right now. Excellent to see all the comments in the chat box, including a continuation of the heated rivalry between Drunken Shamrock and Alex. He's invalidated, hasn't he? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if we talk about, he's a very quick driver, Rage, but if we talk about perhaps a weakness of his, I think particularly in Tier 2, is there's invalidation and just small mistakes that do cost him a lot. He did spin twice in the Tier 1 race on the death curb, on the death corner. So he'll be looking to avoid the same spins today, even though it's incredibly easy to do that. He spun here. This is turn 12, I believe. But we'll call it the turn of doom for now, or death, or something nasty like that. As Ben, he's going to improve to P5, 8 thousandths of a second behind Rage, and 3 thousandths ahead of King Joffrey. Yeah, he'll just about make that though. It's not terrible where he is. I think we'll see yeah, no worries. We'll see quite a few of them, I think, come out the pits now. Track should get quite busy. 2 and 10 seconds left to go. What's that, Josh? Yeah. Take us away first lap. That could be quicker. I think it is at the moment. It's quicker than Durrie. And can Sensei the Senpai drive it to the max, full speed into the last corner? How is he going to take this? It could be down to this corner. Who gets pole? Durrie might not have... Yeah, Durrie's not going to come back out. Will this be pole position for Sensei? It is! By just under a tenth of a second. And Durrie... Yeah, he might be. That could make the difference. Apparently, Rage has told me we can't hear you on stream, Josh, by the way. So, I think just check your mics connected to the broadcast. Yeah, well, Durrie is on an outlap now, but I think it will be too late. And he's not really had any challenges too much yet in Tier 2, but we might see a battle out at the front between Sensei and Durrie, and it would be excellent to see. I don't believe there's been any other changes in the leaderboard. Yeah, no worries.
Okay. I think it was working earlier because I checked it. I don't know if it is now.
Alex invalidated. If not, he would have been quicker. King Joffrey's still on a lap. Gary's still on a lap. He can't improve. It's Beaver still on a lap. Yeah, Josh has told me his mic has reconnected, so
good.
Let me know if you can hear Josh.
I think I
in
have.
The chat box. Let's hope so.
Anyway, time is
Yellow
up.
Flags.
Can Rage improve?
I'm looking at King Joffrey at the moment. I think King Trooper and its Beaver time are on laps.
Rage is about a tenth up.
This looks good from Joffrey. P3.
That's a great lap time. Beaver. Well,
oh,
yeah.
moves up to P7. That's excellent.
Oh wait, Durrie's
On
back
his debut.
out. Oh.
King Trooper had a moment. It's hard for us to say, but I presume... Wow. I presume he cut corners before we get
Rage
round.
has
which,
retired. No, well,
discuss the
apparently
sort of
they've
rights and
done the
wrongs
glitch.
of that. Oh, what? The glitch is still in?
Apparently so.
Oh, they're just used to it. Yeah, they can hear you now, Josh. I think
Good.
That's good.
I think it's just. I think it happens occasionally. I don't know why. Durrie is down on his lap time. About a tenth. Pushing to the maximum here, using everything he's got.
We'll see if he improves, but I mean, I don't know if the glitch is still in or what, but it could be a bit naughty, but
Indeed.
it's still fair enough. All's fair in love and war, but we'll see.
Oh,
No, he can't improve.
So.
Slightly quicker.
Yeah.
Is tight, as it always is in DTF1 League racing every single week. You don't want to miss this. It's always tight throughout the field. Sensei and Durrie leading the way, about a tenth separating those two Americans out front. Then King Joffrey at 125.8. He's been tremendously quick recently.
He has.
Down to Alex in P8. There's about 2 tenths separating those guys, and Forza in P9, and I betcha he could have gone quicker if he'd not DNF in P9 at 127.3. Well, P13 is only a tenth back. That's how close it is.
This is interesting.
Any surprises for you, Josh?
Well, for the race, just keep an eye out on Senpai and Japella, because those those guys have used their tyres to do 2 timed runs on the same set, so they're not going to be great at the start of the race. There might be some open opportunities.
Let me know in the chat box who you think the favourite is for this race.
I'm going to have an ad break. I will be back in a minute.
I think having Senpai up there is certainly going to throw a sort of spanner in the works for Durrie. We'd usually expect Durrie to be out front, but they could end up compromising each other, and it's generally tight throughout the field. And those who are starting P11 and down will have the advantage of the fresher tyres, of course. Durrie 25 points behind King Trooper excuse me, in the championship. He may close the gap today, but by how much? Rage is, I believe, 28 points behind the championship leader, King Trooper. So it's all to play for. Bahrain full now. Next week will be Bahrain short, and who knows what'll happen there. And then finishing it off in Abu Dhabi, the finale of DTF1 Tier 2 in 2 weeks' time. So you want to be in a good position come that final race. Sam saying Japella will win. Certainly got a chance in, I think it was P3. Might have been P4. His race pace is usually excellent. I think, again, you would have seen it in the Tier 1 race for those racing in it, or maybe those who watched it. We saw a mix of strategy, 1-stop or 2-stop. So it's going to be a very strategic race today. Will the nighttime conditions play havoc with the tyres? It may cause a difference. Are you back from your ad break, Josh?
Yeah, we are.
And I can see everyone from 10th down on the medium compound tyre. Did someone get a... Well, Sock Lobster's 10th, but he's on the medium. So, no idea. That's strange. No idea. Did it do a glitch? I don't know.
He was P3, wasn't he?
Before. Yeah. Yeah, he was. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I don't know if that's a glitch. I feel like that might have happened in a practice race or something. Possibly. Good old Codemasters, all of the countless glitches for us to enjoy. Yeah, that's a shame. He was looking quite good. I mean,
forward.
What's that, Josh?
Say again.
What did you say?
Japella's been a bit cheeky with the other two sprinting forward, and I think he's catching up now, but he was leading his own pack there for a second.
I think it depends. I don't know what Bold... I think Bold sort of said, I mean, it's the job of the people out front to slow it down a bit as well, so I think it's a bit 50-50, but a bit of a gap in front of Rage, because I think naturally his AI slows it down a little bit.
Senpai's got to be sensible, yeah?
Sensible.
Never mind.
Senpai. He's gone early. Staying out of trouble.
Yeah. Say your famous words in about 30 seconds.
Oh, absolutely. And aren't all my 13 viewers, which I think might be a record high, so thank you for everyone watching. Hope you're enjoying
I think
the coverage so far. I think it might have been a bit lower, but yeah, I don't know for sure. But
fingers crossed. Please, game, don't kick us out.
Yeah, I hope not. As they line up, the Mercedes getting into the slot. It's McLaren, Williams, Ferrari, Mercedes, AlphaTauri, Alfa Romeo. Top 6 cars, certainly a mixed up grid. And we are about to go racing under the lights in Bahrain, and it's... Oh, I hate when it does this. And give me a minute.
Oh,
and it's lights out and away we go.
Gary's jump started.
Yeah, definitely. That'll give him a better launch, though, but yeah, that's going to cost him as we go into the first corner. They're
It's
keeping
tight.
it clean, I think, from what I can tell. That Red Bull there
They've all made it through.
certainly gained places, and they're too wide, a few of them, into turn 3. Durrie defending from Japella.
Yep. I think
Oh, and
Rage
that's
got
Rage.
I think he got
Yeah,
caught
definitely.
up in the
Something's
fight.
happened behind,
Oh,
involving
he's coming out well.
one of the Haas.
Smart from Gary to back out. He will have to serve a drive through now.
Oh, what an aggressive move by the Red Bull of King Chupron Lobster there. Action-packed start.
Indeed, and already Senpai's got a second lead over Durrie. Yeah, they're all so close together. It's quite ridiculous.
Oh,
Lobster! Oh, he's not about to save that.
that looked a little late, but I only saw it from a TV view and the contact again there.
Troopers. Oh, he's made the dive. He's got it done. No, he hasn't. And here comes. Who is that? It's Joffrey.
Joffrey up to P12, fantastic start.
He's get past Trooper now. He wants to start catching up Park.
Oh, must have damage.
Oh,
Maybe.
he
Yeah, he has
does,
damage
end
on the end plate.
That's a shame.
That might not be the worst. It might not be the end of the race for him though. He'll be out of sequence, but he will get clean air, and we know he can put in some fantastic laps as Gary serves for drive-through. Out front, Sensei de Senpai has the lead. Japella, well, he played down his chances, but he's sticking with them at the start phase of the Grand Prix. Rage is just behind Alex.
Oh,
Alex
big
up to
dive bomb
P5.
there
Fantastic
from the
start.
row. Race point. That's Ghost Rider. He's got. He's got off. I shouldn't laugh, but that was the slightest bit of contact. But
Yeah.
we'll see what happens with that. A good save there from Matthew, almost spinning out.
Definitely.
His Falls has really gone down the pecking order, hasn't he?
It's a vicious cycle, being in the midfield.
Yeah.
You get out of shape, the tyres don't work.
Rage and Alex, I think they're going to be fighting quite soon.
These two do like to go at it quite hard.
They do, yeah.
Personal experience watching them in
There he
USA.
goes.
And he's going to get it done early. Take us away, Josh.
Down the inside, he's going to cover off that switchback. However, Alex will now have another chance into turn 1.
Yeah,
He's
no
coming at
DRS
him.
just yet.
Oh, there he goes. He also moves to the inside. No contact as of yet. Big squeeze there. Rage.
Yeah, I saw
just
that. I don't know if it was
keeps
anyone's
position.
fault. But there was contact.
I think Ben's sizing up a move on Japella at some point.
Yeah, Japella outside of DRS.
As
He could be
well.
in trouble this lap. It should be enabled this lap.
Japella's got a 10-second penalty.
Let us know if you can.
Not
why that
Japella,
is.
sorry. Senpai.
Oh, and that's Durrie. He's way late on the brakes there. Beaver time. You can't particularly go too wide there, would be my opinion of that one.
Well, Rage has managed to pull away from Alex quite a bit now.
It's closing up a little bit out front. Japella has managed to get back inside the DRS of
He has.
Sensei de Senpai. And he's not too far from the back of Durrie.
Alex's game set. Hurting.
I think, yeah.
Ben's.
He's going to have it here. Down the inside we go of the McLaren.
Ben's
It's nice and easy, to be honest.
Well, can Ben do anything up towards turn 3, I think it is?
Durrie's going to have another go, I think. Not yet.
Ooh.
They have got, interestingly, they've got plenty of ERS in reserve, have the front two.
Yeah. Trooper down inside of Beaver, very close. managed to keep it on. Oh, backs out. Smart
That's
decision.
smart, yeah. I think you can manage it too wide through there, but not really. You know, it's incredibly tough. Both drivers have to be absolutely on it, really.
Front four really is a train at the moment, isn't it?
DRS is quite powerful here, of course.
So
it's nice to see, though. We actually have a fight for the lead this race.
Yeah. Oh, Beaver, I think's. Oh,
it's King Trooper, I think, or Gary is the Red Bull.
Yeah, it's Gary. That's a shame.
Did you say Drapella had a 10-second penalty?
No, sorry, that was my misreading. It was Senpai.
Yeah.
I didn't quite see what happened, but it said corner cutting, so.
Oh, and Ben spun it out at the last corner. That's
he's got it again! Oh, that was that.
I don't really blame him for doing it, but it's not allowed. The stewards may take a look
and
at
a 5-second
That's a
penalty
shame.
as well. Speeding in the pit lane. But still going at amazing.
Yeah. And Gary, I think, lost it again.
Beaver's off as well.
Yeah, Beaver. I think Electrofree's nearly lost it as well. It's all kicking off. The tyres are beginning to slip away from them.
I think Gary also lost it on the curb of death just then.
Yeah.
These softs really
hurt him.
them.
Down to P16 now.
Joffrey's benefiting from this on the hard tyres. Up 15. He's starting to catch again.
Yeah, it's not over for him. I think he'll have to pit again. He might, you know, you never know. He might try to get those hard till the end, but I think it would be incredibly risky. I mean, I've finished a Bahrain League race before with 95% tyre wear, so it is possible, but, you know, it's puncher territory very much. How much do you want to dare? How much do you want to gamble? It might be a situation where you can only
I think we're going to be asking those questions now to Durrie. I think DRS wing open. He should flap it as he goes past. A bit of salt in the wounds, but he's not going to get past this time round.
Yeah, not quite. Just taking it easy.
Yeah. Plenty of the race to go on.
That's smart.
Lap 6.
Absolutely. He's got to think of a championship as well, Durrie. I mean, he doesn't. The last thing he wants to do is make a gung-ho move, do something risky, and he spins, and you know,
exactly.
He's got a job to come back. Second is good for him. He'll be only 7 points behind King Trooper, although that does, of course, depend on where this man in the Red Bull King Trooper finishes as well on the medium compound tyre.
I think he's doing quite well so far, Mr. Mobile Man.
Mobile Man.
Yeah, that's his new name. 7th place on the medium, so that's going to benefit him quite a lot, I think.
And importantly, on the lead, well, the lead car out to the medium runners. Sock Lobster, I think also deserves a mention. He's running very nicely in P9, looking to get some points after last week's. Bit wide there though. Stops the spin though. Forza's going to gain on him now. Let's go back out front. Oh, and then Rage has lost it. He did it earlier in the Tier 1 on the corner of Doom. That corner can be so brutal. I don't know whether he got on the curb or if it was just the corner, but it can be so brutal. And Alex will look to profit. The Ferrari and the Mercedes has no answer, no response, and I think he will enter the pit lane. He's got to change the wing as Japella pits for P3. What's that, Josh? Yeah. Yep, he always gone for it. Yeah. And this is going to play right into the hands of Japella, but he's down in P9. P10 now. He's going to be out in traffic, maybe. Let's see. Yeah. He's struggling a little bit now on those sides. But this could play right into the hands of the Ferrari man, Japella, in P10 now. But if Sensei and Durrie cost themselves time, he could be in a very good position for the undercuts. Rage down to P11, P15, battling King Joffrey. To the inside. Oh. 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 Yeah, slight contact, but that looked like fantastic racing. He's going to try again down the inside. Brilliant stuff. Watch for lead battle first, Josh. It might get close. Will they pits? Carried on, haven't they? But keep an eye on Japella, though. He is in traffic. Will that hurt him? Is that Sock Lobster, Josh? I think it is. Yeah, he has. It's all kicking off here. It's action-packed throughout the field. Don't know where to look. Smug Teacher. And it's all into the apex of turn 1. Alex pitting onto the hard tyres. Oh! I didn't quite catch all of it, but yeah. Alex has got that. And Japella has to get the job done on Forza Racer, really. He is. He might have him here. Yeah. I think as well, you know, if I'm Forza Racer, you've got to understand Japella is on the worn tyres. Well, you are on the worn tyres. Oh, King Trooper! He's lost it on the corner of Doom. That could be his championship in big trouble as Sensei pits. Durrie stays out. That's interesting. Well, I think Durrie will one stop in response to that. He'll know from his leaderboard what Sensei would have done, so he can react to that. I think that could be a mistake from Sensei de Senpai, and it is interesting because he did. Oh, and a possible disconnection there. But we did see him do the one-stop in Tier 1, so I'm a bit surprised. Oh! The Haas. Big crash. Oh, he is! And has he left it too long on the softs? I can't see one. Oh, I can't. I don't think so, but it is possible. Who? Yeah, he's gotten costly. I can't. I think it was lap 9. It might have been lap 8. I did spin in a very similar way on that corner, and it is Electro Freeze in the lead. Well, what an incredible race. I mean, King Trooper, we've seen so many of the drivers spin on the corner of Doom. King Trooper first, the championship leader, then his closest challenger, Durrie, doing the same. No, carry on. He took advantage of it. Sam said your audio might have gone again, but I'm not sure. Yeah. I don't know when he said it. Sam also says, come on, Japella. He's doing a fine job. of course, in P3, he might be in, I think he is in the net lead of the race as Durrie gets past Smug Teacher. But anything can happen, and I think really this race has proven that exactly. Fastest lap from Sensei to Senpai on the softs. It will be his AI though, I think, so I don't know whether that will be under some sort of investigation, possibly, if he's in it for too long. Yeah, still disconnected. Oh, Sock Lobster deep, and Rage shall, I believe, take advantage of that. He's managed to recover nicely. It's not over until the fat lady sings. The amount of spins we've seen today, that's never been truer. And is that a Red Bull? It's Gary again on that corner of doom and despair and hopelessness and so many other despairing adjectives.
We might
Not gone to plan for him. Okay. So if you can hear Josh, let me know in the chat box.
Very.
Wow.
So we didn't get glitched out, but
No.
we're having fucking connection issues.
And Ben having a go at Sock Lobster now. How hard will Sock Lobster battle back here? Keeps it nice and clean. That's good to see. Durrie right behind, looking to take advantage. And I believe Sensei's AI has taken control of the race. Durrie overtakes Lobster. Gets
Electro
it done
Freeze
before
is
the pit straight.
going back. That's him. Not quite. Who's actually doing a stellar
keep an eye
job on
on
those
that.
mediums?
I don't know whether they'll decide to investigate that if he doesn't join back too quickly. I don't know what's happened, but yeah, as Durrie gets past Ben nicely there, he's moving through the field. What can he salvage from today? Well, King Troop will be thinking the same down in P13.
Yeah.
Rage also spun. He's in P7. Behind his rival Alex, who is currently just ahead of Matty Jr. Matty Jr. on the mediums, Alex on the hards. Days Freak though doing well in P4 on those mediums. What's he gonna pit onto, I wonder? Sam says he can hear your beautiful voice again.
Oh, did he say
That's
that?
very good to know.
Selling points.
Yeah.
If I know, can hear me,
I
can't
also-
can't you? Thank you very much. You deserve to win today. Anyway, back to this.
We also had it's not over until Alex's mum sings. In the chat box. Keep them coming. Oh, and is that Gary again?
I think it
Oh,
is.
it is.
Oh, he's sat still as well. Oh.
Yeah. Tough day for him in the office. A lap down now. Electro Freeze pitting.
So,
What's he going to pit onto? It's
this
the
is-
hard tyres.
So see where he watch where he comes out now. I think he's going to come out in 9th, you know.
Yeah, keep an eye on him. Alex is
Oh,
right
no.
up the back of Days Freak. Williams versus Ferrari and Rage also having a go at Matty. He's back past him. Yellow flagged in Sector 1 and oh, late on the brakes. Alex down the inside. Slight
close.
contact. Oh, contact back.
Days Freak doesn't want to give this up. He might have to. Look at. Oh, it's. And now Matty's coming back at Rage. Oh, bit of contact there. Where's Durrie come from? To take on the Renault.
It's five
Rage
cars
and
back.
That
Oh,
was a bit silly, really. And look behind as well. Ben's just made an
he didn't need.
amazing move.
He didn't need to do that, to be honest. I didn't quite see all of it. That looked quite a risky move, really. Especially when he's
Ben-
up there in the championship. Down the inside, Ben. Wheel to wheel, perhaps.
Very close.
Yeah, good racing.
Matty will be kicking himself. He's just lost a good couple of places there. As he Tries
Durrie
to go
past
around the
Rage.
outside. Days freak. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, here goes. Rage under it. He's going to go for
Days
it.
was slow.
Oh.
Down the inside nicely. Just avoids the back of Alex. Judged it perfectly.
Did.
This could be a battle for podium right here. Alex in P3, Rage P4, Durrie P5. Sensei still out front. I don't know if he's joined back. But he's got the lead. Japella, the net race lead in P2. Sensei still got a pit.
Yes. I think this could. This is the final place for the podium, then, isn't it?
Yeah. That is it. That it is.
Oh, wide there from Rage.
Yeah, and that might have hurt Durrie a little bit. Ben is right on the back of him, and he's going to go for it, overtaking Gage. Is he going to dive? He is.
Oh. I don't know what's happening to
Contact,
Durrie in this race.
Okay. I think he was coming through the field quite well. I still don't think that's
Well, this could be
no wing
interesting.
damage from what I can tell.
Oh.
King Trooper in P12. Can he get any points on the board to protect his championship lead? He's going to have a look at Ben here into the last corner of the track.
Charging that battery up ever so much, and this is.
He's got a good launch.
Yeah. Look at this now, down the straight. Durrie moves out, but he cannot get past in the straight line because Ben is getting that slipstream. He was late on the brakes, both about the same. He has to concede the position.
Yeah, Ben stays ahead. Days Freak pitting now.
Yep, see where he comes out on. Think about P13.
Yeah, and there's that racing point spun in Sector 3, curb of Doom, corner of Doom there.
Is that Matthew? It is.
Oh, and track limits a little bit there for Durrie. Trying to get past Ben in an unlikely spot. Maybe he's decided he can't get it done on the straights. He's got to try something different. Alex doing a tremendous job out front though, keeping them behind. This is for position. Although Ben may have to pit, well, Ben is probably going to have to pit again.
Indeed. He needs to get through this then, doesn't he? If he's going to have any chance
Ben,
at that
yeah.
podium. He had to pit early because he crashed, didn't he?
Yeah, Durrie having a slight look in there. And Rage is going to go for it down the inside on the Ferrari. You might have DRS as well. Ooh. I'm not sure neither of them have it, I don't believe. The Ferrari Mercedes.
Oh, no. Yeah. So Rage has it, but Alex isn't going to give this up.
Down the inside.
Oh, bit of contact with the front
Contact
wing.
Oh, Rage, be careful, I think.
And Ben's managed to somehow make his way through. Bit of contact there. Now comes Durrie. Alex doesn't want to give this up at all. Shoving in, hand up there from the Ferrari
Contact
man.
there again.
And that's front wing damage for Ben. That end plate's gone now. Matthew's back in the fight.
Nearly three wide as they're
They're
tussling for position still.
Ben will be absolutely furious.
Like Ben's got the position contact there from Durrie to the back of Alex from the looks of it.
All this is helping Senpai.
Definitely.
And I think Ghost Rider gets past Matthew. Oh, he's spinning. He's spun again. You've got to be careful.
Yeah, Matty Jr. is right on the back of this as well now on the medium compound tyre.
Oh, good trucks there from Durrie.
Yeah, he's going to go for us.
Slide his way past
down the inside. Oh, don't do that.
Is that Trooper?
Well, I don't think the racing point might have hit the barrier on purpose, considering what I saw there, but they might review that.
Here comes
later.
Alex again. Oh, lay up. Oh. Matty, sorry. Getting close.
Yeah, Alex is not particularly quick.
Who's that who's pulled off to the side? Is that Matthew?
I think the stewards need to look at that, because from what I saw, it looked like before the last turn he turned into the barrier. From what I saw, and lost the front wing. I don't think at that stage the straight. Well, it could have been traction loss because he would have had hot tyres, but I don't know about that. A bit odd to me, but we'll see. Durrie looking to gain on Alex now. On the racing line, yeah, Alex gonna give it up.
Yeah, understandably.
Yeah, definitely.
I think if he fights, it's just costing his own race to Senpai Pit.
Yeah.
There's Japella then, into the lead. He's got a great chance of winning this now. He's got to serve that penalty! Oh, that's... a 5-second penalty, it's been served. So where's he going to come out then? Think P6. Oh, maybe P7. Here comes Electro Freeze. Oh, close.
Yeah, from what I can tell, I think Sensei has joined back.
Yeah.
I'm not sure when he did, but I can see no disconnection there.
I think he's got quite a bit of ground to make up now, hasn't he? So where's the action on the track at the moment? I think we can have a breather a little bit now. 18 laps of intense action. Oh, what's happened here then? Oh, it's Durrie getting past Rage into the last corner, but I think Rage is going to get the DRS now. Durrie's clearly recharging the battery. No, he's not. He's always got. Rage fights back, gets that second place once again. Matty can't do anything either. Senpai's closing in all the time. With a lot of charge left. Durrie, oh, it's close. Rage just about keeps the position. Trying to switch back, not quite. Senpai on the back of them now. Just about. What can he do from that 6th place? 10-second penalty to add on to the end of his race time. Tense stuff as Ben is also closing in on Beaver. Trooper standard P9 at the moment. Decent race from him. Someone's gone off. It's Beaver into the barrier. They must have lost it under traction. Could this be a possible safety car? Or even a virtual? No. Not quite. Senpai.
Sensei.
Yeah.
They can get past.
Can't. Oh, late on the brakes. Oh, he's going to get Alex now, I think. Here he goes. Easy move there from the McLaren. So, this is quite crucial now for Rage and Durrie, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
they're both in the championship fight. So we'll have to see what happens with them. 10 laps to go.
Yeah, King Trooper's got back to P9, which is could be a vital few points there as he looks to minimise the loss.
I mean, he's done. Oh, he might. I think he'll be okay, but those tyres not looking great.
King Trooper or
Yeah, Trooper.
yeah.
Matty's
he should be alright.
still stuck behind that Ferrari.
He might be pitting soon though. He's on the mediums. It's a potential for a pit stop this lap, I think.
See what he does.
Not yet. I mean, he might be able to make them last, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's better off pitting sooner rather than later if he is going to pit, so he can get the full use out of those soft or medium tyres, whichever he has fresh, I imagine.
Good race as well from Electro Freeze, P7.
Yeah, definitely.
The lead of the Alfa Romeos at the moment. Forza possibly disappointing, but you know, I think
Yes
crashing
and no,
out in qualifying did not help, did it?
Mm.
His race, but decent race from him. Maybe he thinks he could have done better, but we'll never know.
Yeah.
So, say
I think sometimes as well. I think when you have a big crash like that and you probably lose a bit of time out on track and you can't really get into the rhythm so easily. Because I mean, qualifying is qualifying, but it's also a bit of a warm up in a way for the race. So lost track time there. Matty, still behind Alex. And Sensei looking for a move on Rage, heading into the final corner. He's too far back at the moment.
Oh, hang on a minute. Japella pits. Oh.
And Sensei down.
I think Japella might have just lost his win.
Is it changed? Do you wonder? I don't know whether he thought he may have had the gap, but I mean, I think.
Well, he's now in P5.
He's on. And he's on the mediums. I think if he'd gone to the softs, then. But maybe he didn't have any fresh softs left. So
Matty in the pits.
What's the? Okay, yeah. Matty's on the softs, of course.
He's going to come out P10. Lost points playing position. Promotes.
Yeah, and he will be on the soft tyres. So you'd like to think, if he can dump a lot of a charge on the next lap, he might have a decent chance of getting that fastest lap and additional points.
Yeah.
There. Yeah, Drapella behind Alex. Might we see team orders from the Ferrari camp?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It took a while, but we finally got it.
Don't do real life Ferrari strategy,
Wow,
guys.
no, that's the thing, isn't it?
Well, I think Drapella's at least gonna. Maybe he just pitted to entertain us because he's now gonna look to hunt down the top three, which is now Durrie, Sensei, Rage, and Drapella Alex in P5. So Sensei will be on the attack, looking to hunt down Durrie, and Drapella will be looking to hunt down Rage. So despite the spins of Durrie and Rage, they have still got a very good chance of podium places in this race.
Yes.
I mean, to be fair to Rage as well, I mean, and even Durrie, you think if they hadn't spun, you know, their advantage would be bigger. Rage's tyres 15 laps old, though, will be hard to keep those under control. Durrie's tyres about 12 laps old there. And I think Sensei's got that charge saved up a bit as well.
Yeah.
For when he does catch up to Durrie.
Now
it's important for the championship as well.
The problem he has got is the 10-second penalty that has been put up on him right at the start of the race. So
is that definitely been given? I can't
definitely
see.
Been given. It popped up at the bottom of my screen.
Oh yeah, okay. 10 seconds for corner cutting.
Yeah, I don't know how it. I don't know how it happened. I didn't quite see, but
It's quite a big penalty for corner cutting
oh,
as
hang on
well.
a minute. Oh, Chipola.
Chappelle, yeah.
Yeah, 10 seconds, and I think it was given around the hairpin area as well. So I'm not sure how that's happened. Maybe he'll complain after the race, but
Yeah, it might be investigated. As Chappelle gets past Rage with a DRS advantage. Rage down to P4.
damage limitation now.
Yeah, P4's still a solid finish.
Yeah,
It will gain a little bit on King Trooper. It's, I guess, more about where Durrie finishes as well.
he's got to be so careful on his tyres as well.
Durrie.
Rage.
Yeah. Yeah, fastest lap for Matty. What did I say earlier?
You called
He
it.
looks to get past Ben.
Not quite. He's not got the charge. Oh.
Yeah, keep an eye on Durrie and Senpai. I'm looking at the battle for 8th
Oh, what?
at the moment.
Is that just? Ah, it's just
I think-
blue flag.
I think it was just because the Ghost Rider's going a little bit slow there. Doing well to get out the way from the looks of it.
Absolutely.
Oh, bumps there. Oh, and oh.
What's happened here? Oh, true.
Well, disaster for the championship.
Was-
Oh, and a track reset by Ben, I believe. That's 2 track resets today. Shouldn't really be doing that.
They're going to be stuck in by, I guess. Trooper's got to be careful.
Yeah.
Those tires will be hot. Oh. Almost lost it
What
on
happened?
that death. On that death
Trooper.
curve. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really notice it, to be honest, on the TV cam. But yeah, I don't think he's got wing damage. He's just got to try to keep going.
Yeah.
But he is gonna okay, he is gonna pit. Maybe he did have wing damage.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
That's a shame.
I think that's frustration, but I think he should have tried to keep going because at the end of the day, you know, 1 point's better than no points, and Ben
Exactly,
might have
and that 1
got
point-
penalties for track resets, etc.
With how close the championship is, that 1 point could have, I know it sounds ridiculous, but it could have played some part in it.
Yeah.
We'll have to find out.
Well, I think as I said, I mean, if Ben was to get a penalty, you know, he'd get 2 points. And again, it's not a massive difference, but you know, there is an impression that you do need every single point that you can get, really.
Yeah.
And this should throw the championship Durrie's way, and perhaps Rage's as well. And Sensei with the DRS, I think Durrie is quite vulnerable. He's not got much energy left. Sensei on 50%. Meanwhile,
Have you still got the chat box open?
I don't know if it glitched, but I couldn't really get onto it. Do you have it open?
I do not.
I'll have another try. Yeah, I can see it now, actually. I think it's just because I closed it. It closed automatically or something, and yeah, I can see comments now. So
Drop your
if anyone has any other
comments
thoughts
or
yeah.
questions for this last thrilling 3 to 4 laps of the race.
It's gone by quickly, I think.
It does, yeah.
Sock Lobster in P10, actually, as well. He's done well. Can be
He has,
closing
yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Both drivers there looking for their first points.
I think Matty's got to save a bit of fuel now. As well.
Yeah, he's got the gap to do that,
Yeah.
I think. So, good race from him. Should have 5 points unless someone decides to set the fastest lap of the race.
Senpai's going
I
for
think
it.
Sensei's going to go for it. He's
Yeah.
got the overtake engaged. It's nice and easy there, but Durrie might try to have a go back at him here.
Well,
Can he get it shaped up?
Pull that gap. That he needs. If I'm just going to check Durrie's penalties while we're here. None.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Actually, he does have that. 15 seconds now, isn't it, Senpai? So Rage and, well, maybe Alex, but it's looking.
I think it will just be Rage. We'll see. We'll see. Obviously, there's still 3 laps to go here, so these hard tyres could puncture. They're close to doing that.
Potentially, yeah. Yeah, 20. Well, it'll be 21 laps for Rage. We will have to keep an eye on that. Oh, and yellow flags. Who's that? It's Electro Freeze.
That's a shame. It was running quite high. P6.
He's still in P7 if he can keep it on the road, but those tyres will be hot,
well,
like a baked potato on a summer's day.
You don't want them to get too hot, but the fucking revving glitch.
Yeah, you've got to take it steady if you're on these in this sort of situation, but you don't want to lose too much time. So it's a tricky one to balance. Durrie now outside of a DRS opportunity.
But even getting close to
just about get back in.
Lobster for this last point playing position.
Yeah, it's all up for grabs, and who will grab it all? He's gonna have a look, perhaps.
Oh, that was close. Sketchy.
Yeah, it was.
I think Durrie's close back in.
Yeah. I thought that Senpai did have the ERS in reserve, so he has got that to help him defend as we stay on board with Beaver here. Lobster fighting to protect the final points position.
I think Beaver's got a good chance now. Here he comes.
Yeah, DRS assistance.
Nice move that. Into 10th place with ease, we'll say. Although Lobster's not giving it up, and he's just got a penalty for that. So
yeah, 3 seconds there. Oh,
so he's gone very deep.
Yeah, that was a bit naughty. It reminds me a bit of some of the moves Verstappen used to do. It was a bit
optimistic.
I mean,
to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, that is a corner where you can go quite deep because of the extension of tarmac there is there, but he was always gonna, struggle to stop it. Really, and it could have easily been contact on another day, maybe.
Yeah. Last lap now, and
yeah. Yeah, he's still got that ERS in the reserve, has Sensei, so we would expect him to hold position. Can the hard tyres hold on for... Well, Durrie should be okay. 18 laps. They should hang on. He did pit quite late, but that did, of course, mean he spun on the softs towards softs.
Really?
Yeah. We'll go on board with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he is the one to watch. If we are going to see the famous puncher... well, no ill wishes on him, but that rear right does look quite horrible, actually.
It doesn't look great, does it?
View there.
Trooper leaves.
Yeah, I mean, no offense to him, but I mean, we just like to see punches. It's always a dramatic moment. So
he's gonna get it around here. Oh, he had to slow down.
I think. Beaver, I think, spun.
Don't know what's happened there.
Yeah, so Durrie will Rage get ahead of.
I don't think he. No, something's happened to. No, Rage just dropped off a lot. Well, he got across the line without a puncture, so.
Yeah, just off.
Alex
so
is in
Sensei
P4.
should be. Oh yeah, that's good to see. So perhaps 3 seconds there, maybe corner cutting for Rage, maybe 6.
Maybe. Electro Freeze
has cost him?
Oh, I think he's going to lose that. He has. Oh, P9. He'll stay P9. Ben up to P8. Matty Junior P7. Balls a P6. Not bad from him in the end. After me criticising him.
Yeah, I think it was. I mean, that's interesting for the championship, isn't it? It does keep it alive somewhat. Mercedes 18 points there, I believe, and then 15 points for McLaren. Mercedes will, of course, pull ahead on the lead.
Smug teacher, the last driver to cross the line. There you go.
Yeah, so that Mercedes gap will pull ahead to 40 points. So that does mean, and McLaren did suffer from not having a second driver today, that Mercedes could potentially get that constructors' job done next week in Bahrain short. Same place, but different track. They could get the constructors done there, and those gift cards perhaps as well, those prizes on the line. Mercedes looking good though. Rage and Forza have put a tremendous job in all season, but it's not done yet. They'll be aware of that.
So yeah, look at that. 1 10-second penalty. I'm still baffled at how it's happened. I don't know.
We didn't notice anything, but yeah, I don't know.
Smug teacher did get the fastest lap. That'd be a nice
That's
award
good
for him.
And the fastest lap for Matty. He does get a P7. There's 6
good race
World Championship points. Yeah, no time penalties either. Actually, to be fair to him.
No. Alex again, proving his pace.
Forza. Yeah, excellent. To red as well. Alex didn't get any time corner cutting penalties.
That's a start, isn't it?
Good job. Well, that's a bit too negative, Josh. But yeah, fantastic job, Alex.
No, he has done a great job. To be fair,
you're meant to offer an unbiased opinion, Josh.
So who?
Yeah.
Did crash
driver of the day? You're gonna say?
Joffrey. You know, I do feel quite sympathetic for Joffrey because the game's done him over. Qualified P3, puts him in last, gets caught up and damages his wing, has to pit for a new one on lap 1, then gets.
I think that might be a
caught up again.
Might be a glitch of the game.
Yeah,
I feel like that's happened before.
And I understand his frustration. To be fair,
yeah.
Not had that experience myself, but been disqualified.
I feel like it happened to someone doing some sort of qualifying before, but I can't remember exactly. Driver of the day. I guess I'm trying to remember the positions. I think Beaver did very well in his debut.
Yes, yeah.
I think I'm trying to remember. Matty impressed me actually. I thought he was. I'm not sure where he started, but I think he did move up the order. I think Alex as well. Yeah. And then the top 3, of course. I'm not really sure who I'd say. Probably. I'd say maybe Alex. I don't think he spun either. So I might say Alex. Sensei as well would be a contender. Beaver for getting his first point. Yeah, it's hard to call, I think, on that one.
Yeah, okay. I think we'll leave it there then for tier 2.
Yep.
Oh, God. Well, thrilling.
Yeah, thanks for watching. I think, well, as Josh was going to say, I think it was a thrilling race. And
yeah, well, you can take...
Very good quality.
Bahrain's treated me well today. Great day to have a birthday on as well, so...
Oh, is it your birthday?
It is, so... That's what
okay.
Okay, but we'll leave it there. I don't want to get too much into that.
Happy birthday anyway. You might get some messages in the chat.
Well, yeah, everyone can go away now. But yeah, I think that's the record. I think, as you said, that's the record number of views we've had. I think it was 15 at some point.
Yeah, 15 or 16. So yeah, very good. Very nice.
Thanks for watching, chaps.
Absolutely. And yeah, we'll see you in a week's time for Bahrain short.
The last race.
See you soon. Take care.